What is good? Yeah, here we go. What is good, y'all? Y'all know where y'all at right now. It is the battleground of sports talks as you are in the booth of DFW Sports Raps. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see what's going down everywhere. This is the base. This is the fort for DFW Sports, holding it down for Cowboys, Mavericks, Stars, Rangers, Wings, FC Dallas, anybody you can name. We holding it down in the professional league for sure. And y'all already know it's the one man, four styles, the flavor of DFW Sports, Drewski, baby. You know, it's been a little bit since I done came to y'all, man. Giving y'all a little something quick to go about real quick. Y'all know today, this Wednesday, coming up here about in the next hour, I'll be going on live of Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We're going to go live on there and talk some more DFW Sports as well up on there, man. But, you know, let's talk about our man Dak Prescott, man. I believe Dak Prescott about to get this extension to the much chagrin of a lot of Cowboys nation. But I'm kind of here to tell y'all right now, you know, just don't be surprised when it all go down that your boy is getting extended. Now, I know everybody's hearing about, you know, the number. Everybody's like, he's not worth that money. 60 mil a year, he's not worth it. All I can say is by the not next year, but the year after that, his contract will be, it won't even be, they said it's going to set the market. That's just for now. Next year, somebody else is going to set the market. Next year, after that, the market will be set again. I mean, bro, you know, you just get it over with now, and you can get that number where you get them, because I think we learned this lesson last time. I mean, when they tried to play hardball with them, and it just kind of cost them more because you had other quarterbacks that kept getting paid. And that's what's going to happen. Dak is going to get his money, but at the same time, everybody else behind him that has especially, let's say, won an MVPs or had a lot of postseason success or more postseason success, they're going to get paid. They're going to get paid. And they're going to get paid way more than that. So when y'all hear what he's asking for, basically, don't trip as of right now, because the salary cap number is going up, which means the position, the NFL quarterback position, that means that cap number is just gonna keep going up. More adventure. Appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, pay that man. I'm in total agreement. Look, you're saying you want your guy to get to the Super Bowl. We understand that. But to say he's not the guy, I mean, you're just going to really fumble in the same type of circles you've been going in if you're the Cowboys, especially with your quarterback position. It's just, is Dak good enough? Is Tony Romo good enough? Because I believe both of them were good enough. Everything around them just wasn't good enough when it mattered the most. And it's just a domino effect. It's a big domino effect. And it brings me to my next point, what you're saying right there. Jerry say we're going all out, going all in. The way you go all in, the way I interpret going all in is, look, we're going to lock up who we think is good for this ride, and then we're going to add to it to really get us over the hump. And me personally, if you're going to go all in, extending Dak is your best option. Extending Dak, go ahead and get CD taken care of. You can bring Tyron back on a friendly deal. You got some other restructures you can do as well. I'm telling you, that is going to give you if he's talking all in, if he's really about what he's talking about, all in, you're going to have to extend that. That's my opinion, how I'm taking all in. Now, there's still a way if you're basically gonna, because what the Cowboys are in, his cap number is so high right now because of the last deal that they did, and He still hasn't received a lot of money. See, it just reminds me of the constant Tony Romo issue where his contract keep getting backloaded. So basically what's going to happen is they're going to extend him. Once they extend him, you're stuck with Dak. Just look, for all the Cowboy fans out there who are not Dak supporters, once you hear the word that everything done went down, that Dak Prescott has signed his extension, you're stuck with that. Me personally, you're going to be stuck with that. There's no turning up off the ship. It's not. And like I said, I think what gives them the best situation to win is going ahead and extend Dak. You extend Dak, some things is going to be good for you. Has Dak not had, we done had this talk numerous of times. Has he not got it done in the postseason more times than not? Yes. But you don't have a chance to get to where you are if Dak Prescott don't have the type of year that he had, especially looking at the situation where, bro, he could have really won MVP this year. Say what you want. He could have really won MVP this year. See, but what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for tuning in. And we're talking about Dak about to get paid. He about to get that extension. If you look at all the years, everybody's just going to say postseason, but forget the postseason. Give me the offensive numbers and the productions and the wins. His resume will say that he's worth being paid. People will say he's Kirk Cousins and all that type stuff. Look, he just got to get over that hump. He's trying to get somewhere that no Cowboys quarterback has been to since Troy Aikman. Let's not just say Dak is not what, he's not going to be the guy. They're trying to get to a place, forget the Super Bowl. They're trying to get to a place they haven't been since they done had Troy Aikman. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out all my vlogs, all the video vlogs. We go into the trenches of the games down here in DFW. You missing Cowboy season? Trust me, I got all about the last 2 seasons when we've been starting this. Go ahead and check them out, man. Go ahead and make it do what it do. He said, no, 2023, we're all in, but 2024 is all. You got to take it to its highest level. A lot of people will say that they out on the Cowboys, but I feel we should have that type of energy going to the Cowboys. I honestly believe we should have that type of energy because they seem to respond and play better to the criticism like that. But when they get the praise, they do what they do. They were getting the praise of, you're undefeated at home. This is your chance to get 2 home playoff games, just like overlooking the Green Bay Packers. And unfortunately, they didn't show up when it mattered the most. This one ain't going to be too long. I'm going to give y'all about a good 40 minutes, because I got another show we're going to do here at the top of the hour of 9 o'clock. So stay tuned for that on the speaker app on IE Sports Radio. You're the red feed for all that sports. We hold it down for Heart of Texas Sports. Make sure you follow the page on Heart of Texas IE on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as you follow everything IE Sports Radio related on all social media platforms. And we're going up on that, and we'll talk a little bit more about this Dak situation for sure. But I'm here to tell y'all, man, it's going to come pretty soon. You're going to see that the talks are already ramping up. I'm trying to come back and give y'all a little bit more content, more than normal. The problem is I have been working these extra hours here a lot lately, So that's kind of where I've been kind of in between, but hopefully tomorrow I get off at the regular time that I do, and we do got Stars and Mavs live game action tomorrow. The Stars, they've been kind of struggling in these overtime losses. Their last couple of losses, they've been in overtime losses, so seeing if they can shake back. But as well, you got the Mavs. They went into the All-Star break. They were streaking. I believe they won 5-6 straight. So we're looking for the Mavericks to continue to do something, as they got a big game tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns. So the Mavs are right now chasing that position to be out of the play-in tournament where they can be that top 6 seed. So we'll have a lot of that going on tomorrow, and probably we'll mix the Cowboys talk as well and talk about Jimmy Johnson being back into the fold, being as an advisory for the Cowboys, which I think is a smart role. My question is, how long does it last when Jimmy Johnson is like putting his foot in, basically putting his work in, and is Jerry really over it? Will he really be over it to really hear what, Jimmy Johnson is trying to speak? And, what's really, I don't think Jimmy will come in here and try to take authority because he knows that's going to rub Jerry the wrong way. But that'll be something that we could talk about tomorrow as well. But Dak Prescott, you look at his numbers, you look at his offensive numbers of the last 3 years, you can't tell me that he's not willing to be paid $60 million. Everybody's just saying pay him $60 million just for him to not get out of the first round of the NFL playoffs. And I mean, that could be true. That's fair to say. It is fair to say. He is 2-5 in his playoff record. His playoff record is 2-5. So, and in most of the losses that have ended the season, he has more times than not have not played good. So there's fair criticism. Not, like I said, I'm gonna ride with Dak. I'm gonna ride with Foe, but I will keep it all the way 100 with you. It's just we know we need more from him, but you're gonna have to get more from everybody else, man. And bottom line, this team right now has just got to get some type of physicality brought to them. I like to see them get a running back, but it's not crucial for them to spend all season free agency money on a running back per se, because I keep telling y'all the offense is really not the problem. The offense put up numbers. It's just when we needed them the most. And that's the only question you have with the Cowboys going forward. It's just, can y'all do it when it matters the most? Now, if they start the season 10-0, don't nobody say nothing about no Super Bowl. Don't. And I know a lot of y'all ain't going to be able to help yourself. Y'all going to do it anyway. But what I really believe is the Cowboys are all in with Dak Prescott. And but I will say this, here's the little caveat to it. If you're going to tell me that they're not, if the rumors are true that Jerry Jones was really considering firing Mike McCarthy, if that is anything true, then it's possible that, they might not extend Dak and just let him play out this year. Only I think that would be a terrible idea. I think that would be a terrible idea. But I look, I can't be against it because my problem is, do you get rid of a quarterback even though he's been winning for you, and you're thinking you're going to just rebuild, retool, and get a guy in here that gets you over the hump like that? I just don't see it. Quarterback is not their issue. Quarterback has not been really the Cowboys' issue here the last 3 years. Now, last year, 2022, you could have probably said your quarterback was turning over the ball way too much. Agreed. But at the same time, they were still highly productive. He was still throwing a lot of touchdowns as well. Now, a lot of them interceptions had came off of receivers' hands on top of that. So, like I said, man, Dak has a resume that says he's a top 7-ish quarterback. Not just top 10. I said about top 7-ish. And I mean, that's on the back end of the, top 7. You're on the back end. He's probably like 6 or 7. Anybody that says otherwise, you're hating. You're just hating. And that's not good for you. That's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your chakras. It's not good for your overall morale. Get that hate out your heart. Now, if you're gonna say whatever you're gonna say, just make sure you back it up with, some good actual factuals. Because the facts you can't deny. In his playoff losses, his QBR is all the way dry. I mean, it's just been bad. His playoff losses have been bad, and there's nothing to really defend that. there's really nothing to defend. When you had home field advantage, I understand what everybody else feel, but everybody that was in that stadium, I don't know how it was for everybody else who was watching the game on television, but being in that stadium, bro, you saw Dak play bad, but once you saw the defense give up that first drive touchdown, they had penalties and then they gave up a touchdown. And then when they got back on the field, they gave up another touchdown, and then everything started going sideways just early with the offense right there. But it was clear to see that this defense did not give you a chance. And it was just this feel like, bro, y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all didn't come ready to play. Now, when Dak threw the pick six, I ain't going to lie, that's when it was basically done. It was basically done, and that was like the nail in the coffin. But everybody sat there and looked and was like, did y'all really get into the second seed? And then, did y'all really get to the second seed, get to a position where y'all can get 2 home playoff games where you have been undefeated at home, and you come out not ready to play and lay a dud and get your ass smacked? Todd, what's good? Appreciate you for joining in the chat, man. He's one of them. He say don't pay him. He ain't got the it factor. See, he's one of them. And I'm here to tell you right now, Todd. Are you still going to be a Cowboys fan when you get the breaking news that Dak Prescott has been extended? And like I was saying, his cap hit is big right now because they keep backloading his money, and extending it is really just going to keep putting you in the same situation. But I asked the question, what is going all in? What is going all in? And going all in is not what everybody thinks is paying like $59 million on a quarterback for 1 year, and there's really no backup plan. A lot of people are going to sit there and say Trey Lance. Hey, we'll find out. He'll have a preseason to show it, because last time I checked, Dak had a preseason to show what he could do, and he came in. But my question for you is, you say for bad play, his bad play has just been his playoff loss. No. He has had regular season games where he ain't been that good. But come on, man, like his offensive numbers, regardless if it's Kellen Moore calling the plays or if it's Mike McCarthy, his production is high up there. 2022, he had too many turnovers, but a lot of that hit receivers' hands and went into other people's hands. You just like the rest of us, though, man. He said all he can do is go back and look at the old tapes, man. Hey, the VHS lookalike is back when they had the big shoulder pads and the Rydell big helmets and the big ear pads, Man, bruh, the hip pads. But remember when they all had the full set of pads, the hip pads, knee pads, butt pads? If you played sports growing up, you had the whole gear, and then the shoulder pads were all big. Clack, 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 clack. You know what I'm saying? He said that's all he got. I understand it's rough, man, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Dak Prescott, once he gets extended, it's gonna ruffle feathers. But I'm telling you, next year his contract won't look as big because this will be 2 other quarterbacks that'll get paid. After that, it'll be 2. Okay, let me rephrase that. It'll be like 2 other quarterbacks that will get paid more than that. You see what I'm saying? Next year. The year after that, it'll be 2 more quarterbacks that'll get paid more than those 2 quarterbacks and more than that. So basically, you're just getting for 1 season. Basically, if you're going to say $60 million a year, why pay him $60 million a year? Because if you don't extend him and just play him this year, it's going to be about 60. It's $59 million. So you might as well. There's no tag in there, no nothing. No trade, no nothing. He'll have to waive it. Dak has really all the leverage, and they know that. So why not? See Emmett breaking free for 30 behind that big offensive line they used to have down here, man. That's all we can reminisce on as Cowboy fans. And that's another thing. What I'm trying to say is, I know it's been rough for Cowboy fans, but I'm just saying, you're asking Dak to get you to a spot where no quarterback has gotten you to since Troy Aikman. Tell me what quarterback has gotten you to the Final Four since Troy Aikman. Not now, another one. None of them. None of them. Romo and Dak has gave you your best chances. I agree. Both of them had their times where they could have, some ill fortune, and then both of them had their times where they had flamed out. It is what it is right now. And we all sat there and said, how do you pay Tony Romo all that money and he ain't ever won nothing? The problem was they gave him a deal, but they backloaded it. So they thought they could keep fixing the team. Only the organization really never fixed the team like that. I feel had they been kind of running it the way they running it now with Tony Romo, they might just be closer to what they might have been closer with Tony Romo had they took it serious then. But hey, that's something for another story. That's another story for another day. But I can't defend Dak's playoff losses. I can't. The only playoff loss I can defend, maybe two of them, is that his rookie year against Green Bay, he basically did everything in his power and with a defense that was very trash. Like on Toy Story 4, where the little girl, she made, or Woody made the toy out of, gave her some stuff to make a toy out of the trash. Trash. Straight up. Straight up. He said, I don't like Parsons calling out teammates. What you think? Keeping it in the locker room? I'm in a total agreement with you right there. Big agreements. Bro, you got to keep that in. But Michael Parsons, we see what he does. He talk. He got a podcast. Bleacher reporters, backing him. He gonna talk. He's gonna talk. But then again, he gets everywhere else and talk. I feel if you're gonna go that route, do it on your own platform. Don't do that on other people. Don't get in other people's faces and be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you're sitting there by yourself talking about it, you're basically venting out your frustration. But he's the last person that can talk. I think long as he including himself of taking accountability and then his actions following suit, I'm not too mad about it. But I don't like him being with the Stephen A's and the ones that are really the Cowboy haters. I don't like him getting with them and saying some stuff like that, because it shows you what's wrong with the Cowboys as of right now. They just soft. They soft. When we say they suck, that's when you get the best out of them. But you praise them a little bit and stuff start getting rough. Everybody jump ship. Now they want to start pointing fingers and saying this, for DeMarcus Lawrence, I think we were tied. Tied? You mean to tell me you went 8-0 at home and somehow won the division and was able to get a chance for 2 home playoff games and you tied? Bro, do you know how cold it was to get to that damn game? Bro, it was like 19 degrees that day with the wind chill making it like 13. You talking about you tired, man? You better get your ass on. You tired. Oh yeah, we know you tired because on the first drive, third and long, we get off the field and your ass commit a damn penalty. Yeah, okay, you tired. But Michael Parsons, man, some of the things he calling out about the teammates is true, but I'm in agreement with you, bro. Let's keep this all in house because if y'all listen so much to the media, you give the media so much more to hit y'all with, and that's your undoing. So I do agree. Keep it in house. Keep it in house. Let's just keep it in house, bro. But we know, as in like when Jackie Chan was on Rush Hour, and Chris Tucker was like, I didn't know you know how to speak no English. He said, as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk to find out how much full of shit they are. So sometimes you learn a lot without even seeing some things. But I do agree, man. Michael Parsons, bro, you're about to get paid, so hopefully you don't need no podcast, bro. I understand you still on the rookie deal and all that type stuff, so you got to get your chips where they are. But damn, bro, to see you talking on that thing, and it's like toward the back end of the season, and this has been the defense in a nutshell. Like the last 2 years, the defense comes out firing. They come out and it makes you believe. That's what actually made us believe the Cowboys had a shot this year and last year was because of the defense. Now, the defense did play good in the playoffs last year. He said Bill Parcells would have cut him. Shit, maybe even Jimmy Johnson. And like we said, Jimmy Johnson is coming back in the fold, which is something I'll talk about tomorrow when we have the live game stream with the Stars and the Mavericks tomorrow. But I'll talk about Jimmy Johnson being in the fold and how this helps. So, and I'm right there with you. Jimmy would have got on his ass. If he wouldn't have cut him, he would have damn sure got on his ass. He would have told him to keep his yap shut. Keep your damn yap shut. You complaining about not getting holding calls now. We all saw he wasn't getting the holding calls, but you complaining about that. You throwing your teammates under the bus. Bro, you're coming out to be a very me-ish player. And that's the type of stuff that kills the locker room. That's the type of stuff that will kill the culture of the locker room. But I think what I hang on to Michael Parsons about, what I do hang on to him, everybody says that this team needs some dogs. One thing I would say about Michael Parsons is he's a competitor, bro. He is a competitor. I think it's just been shown and it's been exposed. He cannot be playing defensive end only for a duration of a whole NFL season. It's not working. And like I said, when the Cowboys came out in the beginning of this season and their defense was doing what they were doing, that what made us believe. People really still didn't believe Dak could get you over the hump like that. People were still shaky. The offense was still shaky at that time, but the defense was carrying it through. That's what made everything happen. And then all of a sudden, I mean, after they got their ass slacked in Santa Clara against the 49ers, everything ended up changing offensively. But defensively, it's like they kind of lost their ways. Now, they still had a couple games where they were able to make hay, mostly against bad opponents, mostly in the NFC East. But you give me Dak Prescott next year, and I see the Cowboys are able to do something that hasn't been done since 2004 in the NFC East, and that's win back-to-back divisions. Now, I know y'all don't want to hear back-to-back divisions. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but that gives you a chance to get to the postseason play and make right. All I can say is all he can do is just get you to the NFC Championship game and see where the chips fall where they may. That's just where he got to get out the divisional round. Yet again, I will say, he is trying to get to a place where no Cowboy quarterback has been since Troy Aikman. So, last time I checked, I think winning 12 games the last 3 seasons has been something that has not been done since Troy Aikman was a quarterback. So, 2-5 in the postseason, his ass is stinking in the postseason losses. You get no argument from me right there. But you're paying a guy to stabilize your franchise. Keeping Dak Prescott in the fold for me says you have the best quarterback in the NFC East to run for the next 3-4 years. And to me, you're going to need that. You're going to need that. Starting over right now is just going to set you back. And maybe the Cowboys and Jerry is looking at it like this. This is where I will give everybody. If you're not trying to keep that, and you're just gonna let this year go off and see what happens, and even if they fall on their faces, you'll let it be. The only thing I can agree with that is you'll give up a couple years. Hopefully, you'll give in a perfect world, you'll give up at least a couple years until you can find you another guy that gets you on the right path. But where I can say I see and I agree, if it's almost like tanking. If they were to tank and it just wasn't working throughout the season and they decide to blow it up, I don't think Washington and New York is getting away from you. I don't think they're getting away from you. Now, Philly might benefit from it a little bit more, but I still don't see them getting too far ahead of you neither. But to sit here and say that the Cowboys are a quarterback away from getting to where they have not been since Troy Aikman was a quarterback, then that's kind of where I have disagreed. That's where I disagree. Now, where I agree with everybody else, and I'm a Dak rod, but I'm gonna be honest. He ain't getting it done in the postseason, bro. And that's what leaves you cause to pause. But me personally, I don't want to pay $59 million for 1 year, and then basically your cap is still basically you miss out on adding, having more cap flexibility. That's me personally. But if you want to look at the quarterback position, go ahead. I just think 12 wins is something that no quarterback has done since Troy Aikman, and you're asking Dak Prescott to get you to a place that no Cowboys quarterback has done since Troy Aikman. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I get it, y'all. I get it, y'all. We frustrated. We tired of seeing them flame out. But y'all can't sit there for a second and say Dak Prescott was the reason they lost. The Dallas Cowboys was the reason they got their ass ran out of AT&T Stadium when it mattered the most. And a lot of us are going to look at Dan Quinn like, bruh, you saw they was running the ball down our throat. You brought up two linebackers from the practice squad that had bigger size and didn't even run them. And you kept running dime. You were more comfortable running dime. Come on, man. That y'all know what's up. Come on, y'all. Call it in totality. Because I'm here to tell y'all right now, you say Dak doesn't throw 2 interceptions, one of them being a pick six. Let's say he don't throw those 2 interceptions. You take 14 points off the board for the Packers. They still win the game. So you can say Dak put up garbage numbers, whatever. All I know, he ended up putting up 30-plus points still. And if you take away the turnovers, like I say, they still lose the game. That shows you your defense didn't do a damn thing. They didn't do a damn thing. So, Mr. Michael Parsons, you my boy and all, but, come on, man. Throwing people up under the bus and always being on the podcast and all that type stuff, we got to change that up, my brother. We got to change it up. A lot of these fans that's up in this chat right now, that's on this live stream, they tired of it. I'm tired of it. And if you notice this year in particular, the defense balled they ass out. Now, Arizona, they didn't come ready to play. Trayvon, getting hurt middle of the week. That did a lot of damage to them, but bruh, they were lights out. And against bad teams, they were good. But Buffalo, they lost to the Eagles, but that Buffalo game, ooh, that did something to him. And I'm looking at it, and that's exactly the game plan that the Packers ended up running. They ran what the Bills did against us, and everything worked perfectly. Except Josh Allen, he didn't even have to throw the ball. I think he completed like 7 passes. But I think they saw what was going to happen. It's just no pass rush. We're not physical enough. We don't set the tone. We just don't strike fear in people's heart. Unless you're in 3rd and long. But sometimes you got to give credit to where credit is due. The Packers, they caught fire at the right time. And we were hoping that the Cowboys were catching fire. But like I say, man, you say Dak played bad. He had 2 turnovers, but you look up at the stat numbers. He still did a lot to where you look at it like, damn, defense, if y'all don't give up, 5 straight scoring possessions, damn. You might have a damn chance. You might have you a chance, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen, Captain. Instead, they got their ass whooped. And what I say, it was like 19 degrees with the wind chill, 13. So when motherfuckers left that game, some people left early, smart on them. But if you left later hoping for, that they would somehow pull it out like it was the Atlanta Falcons or something like that, nah. You just happened to go outside to a blistering, I think it got to like 16. Wind chill made it like 8 degrees. Now, if you're from cold regions from a part of the country and you're Cowboy Nation and you're listening to this, you're like, that's not that cold. Bullshit. What that little kid say? Bullshit. That shit was cold, man. And in Texas, we shit. Too cold to watch y'all get y'all ass whooped, to get foot put to ass. Very, very, very disheartening. So, like I said, are you saying Dak Prescott is not worth the money because it just haven't got you to the NFC Championship game? It hasn't got you. Okay, it hasn't got you out the divisional round, which is the NFC Championship game. Or are you saying he's not worth the money because he can't win any games and he doesn't put up good numbers? Because those 2 statements are not true. Like I said, last 3 seasons, 12 wins. Something, you getting double-digit wins like that, something that hasn't been done since you had Troy Aikman, who run the Super Bowl. Okay. I think Dak is a leader, but he's not the raw Tom Brady getting let's go. No, it's just, here we go. It's more of a smooth operator tone. He's more trying to work with you instead of, and I think that's the problem you have with the Cowboys. You don't have no hard ass on that defense that will check dudes and fight come with it. You don't have that. Michael Parsons is, I want to say he was a dog, but I see him just more as a extreme competitor. He don't like, he wants to be great in a lot of things that he do. And that's a great trait to have, but I don't know if he's per se the leader. He's still too young. CeeDee Lamb is too reserved. So DeMarcus Lawrence tries, I guess he tries to be it, but he's in his own zone a lot of times as well. You just don't have that guy. Zeke wasn't that guy when he was here. He was, really a party guy. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is that's going to sit up there and check everybody and say, fight, come with it. Maybe that's what Michael Parsons is trying to do now. Maybe that's why he's throwing people up under the bus. He might be saying something and say, fight, come with it. You're going to have them type of dudes. He said, I'm not advocating violence or anything like that, but let's be real. If you were in a family where you had multiple siblings, who do you fight with the hardest? Your brothers and sisters. That's who you fight with the hardest. And y'all end up still, you know what I'm saying? So look, hey, respect it or check it or fight come with it. We need that type of attitude in the locker room. If you're looking for Dak to have it, I don't want him to have it because I want him to be even killed. I really do. But Dak played tremendous football this year, y'all. He's played tremendous football this year. 2021, The first half of the season, they were good. Then they tailspin. 2022, he was hurt. He also threw a lot of interceptions. But 2023, man, he did his thing. My man did his thing. I'm here to tell y'all that now. He did his thing. So it'd be something interesting to see and look going forward. But I'm kind of here to tell y'all right now, I believe Dak Prescott will get extended. He will get extended. And for me, what gives me confirmation to say that is if the words are true that they're going all in, if those words are true, then you're extending that. Because I believe that it's not solely on the quarterback position. The last couple of years, they really haven't tried to spend free agency money. Now you hear them like, okay, this is something that we have got to do. We have got to do it. Now we bring back all the right players. You might as well bring Tyron back. You might as well bring him back. It'll be interesting to see with Pollard. What do you do? Do you tag him again for another, 10 mil, or can you work out a deal where, possibly you could get him a couple years up under, at a good amount. But once, maybe, I don't know how it's gonna go, but whatever happens, CD might happen and Dak happen, or Dak extension might happen and then CD follows. But I don't think you can give CD a deal without knowing what it's really gonna look like until you extend Dak. You might be, is gonna be to the situation where you be able to get the numbers the way you would like them. So that's just another interesting to see. It's a lot of politics that go into it, but I'm here to tell y'all right here, right now, Dak Prescott will be extended. I'm not looking at no sources. My confirmation is if the Cowboys are true and this organization, Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, is true to what they're saying about the Cowboys being all in for 2024, they're extending Dak. They're probably going to bring a lot of the Cowboys that are free agents, except about, probably a good few they might not bring back, but they're going to invest in their own, and they're going to try to create a lot of cap space where they can just get this team more physical. And that's where they're going to have to spend money, is where they got to get dudes physical. The draft right now can't help you. You're not in position to where the draft can give you immediate help. To me, the only thing where you can get immediate help from will be drafting one of these centers or getting Trey Benson out of Florida State. One of them type of backs. Now, I'll still have draft talk coming most likely around the combine. We can still talk about it. It'll probably have to be on the weekend. I'm going to try to make sure I get to it. I'm going to have to end up working Saturday anyway, so I'm going to try to make sure I backdoor and go back to back, and we'll hit offense and defensive sides, go over it, see what's happening. Then we'll look forward to the combine and see what's happening there. But if you're not on the Dak train, I'm here to tell you right now, you might want to brace yourself. The extension is coming. I believe it's going to be done. But the Cowboys are the Cowboys. It'll be interesting to see how it flies, how it floats, and where it drives to. I'm here to look, like I said, you might have heard it somewhere else, but you heard it right here on DFW Sports Raps. You're gonna look up sometime in the next couple of weeks, and Dak Prescott will be extended. To the chagrin of much people, but that is how I'm kind of feeling about it. So that's what we got for tonight. And like I said, make sure you join me tomorrow night, because tomorrow night we'll be live streaming multi-games going with the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Mavericks. Both of them will be in play, and then we'll talk some more Cowboy talk as I'll start giving my ideas about the whole Jimmy Johnson being into the fold, being as a Cowboys advisory, how this can work, and maybe Jerry might be on to something. So that's what we'll talk about tomorrow, coming here on DFW Sports Raps. I gave y'all a good little bit of something today. I'm trying to make sure I get back into it. I just been working long hours. And like I said, catch me here in the next 20 minutes, I'm about to go live on the Spreaker app. The Spreaker app, where you can find me at Heart of Texas Sports. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, all that type. But Spreaker, I will be live. Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll go in here and we'll continue this conversation as well as DFW Sports going on in the Metroplex. So we'll carry this conversation over. So I look forward to seeing you then. But tomorrow, catch me by around, the game started like 6:30. So you probably catch me by around 8 o'clock-ish. 8 o'clock-ish. We'll jump in, get some hockey talk, get some basketball talk. Of course, the Rangers is up in surprise, getting it on. So we'll also talk about that as well, talk about everything that's going on, Texas Rangers. And then we'll just keep going with the Dallas Cowboys talk. Like I said, I'm going to talk a lot about Jerry, and we'll probably extend on this conversation about Dak Prescott getting extended. So that's my thoughts. I believe he will be extended. Be ready for it. Be on the lookout. And when it happens, come to the channel where this is the trenches of DFW Sports, from the Cowboys, Rangers, Stars, Mavericks, Wings, FC Dallas, baby. This is the trenches. This is your channel. This is where we hold it down. This is the battleground of sports talks, baby. DFW Sports Raps. You're in the booth. You're about to exit the booth. Make sure you take all your belongings. Make sure you travel safely and well. And make sure you do everything with love, because love always wins. And around these parts, that is lost. So I will catch y'all tomorrow for a new episode of Sports Raps. We'll get it in. Y'all know what it is. The one-man force, the eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. I want to appreciate my man Todd for jumping in the chat. More adventure up in there. Saber up in there. Saber up in here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow, man. Let's go ahead and get it off our chest a little bit more about these Cowboys and whatever you're feeling about, any other sports we got going up in here. So till then, I'll catch y'all, man. Peace out, man. Have a great home day.